How are we doing, guys? All Leeds TV, Nottingham Forest 4, Leeds 2, and it's frustrating. You know, it's basics again, just doing basic, silly things, and it's cost another game of football. You know, it's so frustrating. You know, in time 6-7 minutes, we've done the same thing again, like we did against Hull. Early doors, silly mistake, and it's cost us a goal. And it's a thing, we can't keep conceding the first goal in games and hoping to come back. You know, I'm incredibly proud of this football team. You know, what it's done over the last 6 months has been absolutely unbelievable. The way Marcelo Bielsa has turned this team around is unbelievable, and the reward it deserves is at least challenging for promotion. But at the minute, if we keep doing what we're doing, it's going to become difficult. You know, we're becoming too reliant on coming back in games. You know, Jack Clark coming on, it's just frustrating. You know, we've still done a lot of good things today. Don't get me wrong, I think it was a good performance today. It's like Hull. We'll play worse than that, and we'll win games this season. The situation for us hasn't changed. You know, I'm not even bothered about other teams' results now. To get onto 90 points, we need to win 13 matches of football between now and the end of the season. It's as simple as that for me, to get onto 90 points. Because 90 points, I think if you're looking at it this season, is probably going to be enough for promotion. You know, certainly getting in that top 2, it might even be enough to win the league. We've got to win 13 matches of football or find a way of getting 39 more points. You know, maybe it might be less than that, I don't know. But to get on to 90 points, we need to win 13 matches of football. So for me, I'm not even bothered about what the other teams have done. Whether they've won, lost, I couldn't care less. As it happens, I think the results have gone forwards. But look, we've got to do our job at the end of the day. We've got to stop relying on other results to go our way. We've just got to aim to get ourselves onto that 90 points if we can. But at the minute, it's looking really difficult. You know, it's we're playing. That's the frustrating thing. We're playing well, but we're shooting ourselves in the foot every single time. You know, it's you know, even in the games we have won, we've done silly things, silly mistakes. You know, little individual errors, and it's just costing us. And it's a shame. You know, it's more. You know, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed for the players more than anything. You know, today, you know, it's the Adam Forshaw mistake, and it's a couple of Adam Forshaw mistakes on goals. You know, Calvin Phillips with the red card. It probably is a red card. I have to be honest. I think the referee got everything spot on. You know, I felt the Jack Harrison one could have been a red card, you know, when he's through on goal. That would have changed the momentum of the game. But I think, if I'm being totally honest, I didn't really see it like this at the time. Danny Fox was probably getting across there, so it probably was the right decision. I mean, there was no intent to play the ball, but it probably is the right decision. And then the red card, it probably is a red card. In today's game, you know, for me, you see that kind of tackle, you see worse tackles than that in football, but in today's game, that has to be a red card. You know, it's reckless. I saw it sort of come in as soon as the ball sort of turned over and Calvin's going in. It's you know, it's disappointing because Calvin was having a great game up to that point, and it changed the whole momentum of the game. And the worrying thing is, we haven't got Calvin in that sort of holding role now. You know, even though we've got Coops coming back for Derby, we haven't got Calvin in that holding role, and it's sort of, we've got one person back in, now we've lost another person without an injury, and it's disappointing. But if just to go on to the team we went with today, same team as last couple of games, 4-1-4-1. So we had Bailey Peacock-Farrell, Luke Ayling, Pontus Jansson, Calvin Phillips, centre-backs, Barry Douglas, Adam Forshaw in the holding role. We actually saw Jack Harrison start on the right today, and Matis Klich, Pablo Hernandez, Reshman Miovski and Kemal Roof up top. And again, we start the game slow. We can see that goal. You know, the goal is poor off Adam Forshaw. Look, errors happen. I accept that. Adam Forshaw is a good, honest pro. Mistakes happen. You know, it's disappointing, but it's again, far too many of these are creeping in now. You know, errors happen in football, but you have to correct what's happening. Errors happen in football, but it's frustrating that it's happened so often. You know, last couple of games, I think pretty much every game we've played since Bolton, I think we've made a mistake in the game which has cost us a goal. And not even like when we've been forced into the mistake, it's unforced errors which are frustrating. But it's part of football, I guess. But yeah, we go 1 down, similar to the whole situation where Calvin doesn't quite get the ball away. And to be honest with you, I felt at half time, I thought, even with down to 10 men, we hadn't been that bad. We'd held our own, even though sort of last 10 minutes of the half we were down to 10 men. I don't think we've been too bad. I don't think Forest, I think they had one sort of counter-attack opportunity for Joe Lolly, which was well saved by Bailey Peacock-Farrell. Other than that, it was a pretty uneventful first half, but I thought we had decent control and probably were a bit unlucky to go in behind, but we made the mistake and it cost us. Second half, the first 20 minutes of that second half was absolutely incredible from ourselves. I was incredibly proud. You know, the bravery Marcelo Bielsa showed to get back into that game. You know, Calvin had gone off at centre-back, but he didn't bring on another centre-back. He just wanted to go, it looked like a 3-1-4-1 in effect. Kept the same kind of shape. Jack Clark came on for Jack Harrison. and I thought that 20 minutes looked absolutely brilliant. But if anything, when maybe scoring early affected us really. You know, we had to sort of spend. It then sort of left us in limbo of what to do at 2-1 up, whether to carry on pushing for that third goal or drop back. You know, with 10 men, and it's absolutely superb those 20 minutes. I have to say, it's difficult to say it now, but that 20-minute spell was absolutely brilliant. And then it's just a crazy 5-6 minutes. You know, even when you're down to 10 men, some of the basics from the goal. The first goal comes from a set piece. I don't know what Adam Forshaw's doing again. Balls in the air. Just head it out, man. Just go for the ball. And he's just watching it. But 4 flies over his head. It goes straight to Jack Colback, and it's a great finish. Third goal, Pontus, unfortunately, has had a great game again, but has got caught wrong side of Darryl Murphy. Bailey Peacock foul. Is he coming? Is he going? Sort of retreats back, and he's out of position. It's a Bailey Peacock foul mistake again for me. He's just not commanding his area, and there's too many of these happening now for me. It's we've got to be more to get promoted. We have to be more ruthless, I think, and that's not a criticism of Marcelo Bielsa at all. It's a criticism of we've got to seriously look at January now. Funds have to be given to Marcelo Bielsa. You know, certain things we do need to sort out, I think. I don't want wholesale changes. Just 1 or 2 signings will make a massive difference to this team. Solid goalkeeper, experienced heading at the back as a goalkeeper, and they've just an out-and-out wing option. You know, who's got a little bit more experience than Jack Clark. You know, it doesn't have to be marquee signings, just a little bit more experience and just different options. You know, I think the team looks a bit tired. You know, I don't want to criticise the team today because I don't think it's been a poor performance. I think we've made errors and we're being punished. You know, they've been clinical. Forest. Forest's fair play. You know, they've got good quality attacking players, but I don't feel we've been outplayed today. Yeah, I don't think maybe 11v11 it might have been a different game, but the actual goals we conceded, that's what frustrates me. It didn't really come down to anything to do with being 11v10. It was just basic errors. You know, losing your man, under-hitting back passes, poor decision making, etc., etc. And then the fourth goal again, that is good individual quality off Ben Osborne. That's a top quality goal, and I think as soon as the third goal goes in, it becomes a case of how we're going to manage this now. I think Tyler Roberts came on, sort of playing that 10 role to bring Barry Douglas off again, another attacking sub, but unfortunately it just didn't quite come off. I think the right thing was to attack, and yeah, we've just made probably 3 or 4 mistakes in the game, and all of them being punished. But at the end of the day, you make mistakes in football matches, you're going to lose football, you're going to lose games, and we're conceding too many goals. You know, that's something. And whether that gets solved entirely by Liam Cooper coming back in, I don't know. But I think that will help things. Having Calvin, again, it's going to be 3 games until we see Calvin again. And with the suspension, that's a massive loss. That's a massive loss. I was gutted for KP. You know, he's just got carried away. You know, it's just, there's nothing, you know, I wouldn't say, I'm angry with KP. You know, I'm not, because I don't think that's, in terms of on the goals, I don't think that's what's cost us. But it's just like, how do you break that game down though? I mean, that second half, it's like almost 2 halves in that second half. Like the first 20 minutes we totally dominated, and then we conceded a goal and we just sort of collapsed, and Forest sort of really got the momentum after that. In terms of man of the match, it's a tough one because I felt as good as the team was for sort of a lot of the game, again, it makes it sound like it was a wonderful performance, but the team, it wasn't a 4-2 game. In terms of man of the match, I think it's got to be Jack Clark for me. I thought Jack Clark made an immense impact sort of the last half of the game, and he just did what he had to do. He got himself a goal, he made things happen. I thought it was a good performance off him. He didn't see loads of the ball, he tracked back whenever he had to, and I thought it was a really good performance off him. And it's, really, you should be really proud of that performance, Jack Clark, for me. And I think he certainly should start in the cup game. Give him a chance to get a full 90 minutes under his belt, because I think that's the next step now, getting him into that first team regularly. I saw a lot of good things today, and I think we sort of did hold our own for sort of a lot of the game against 11 men. But we just got to cut out those mistakes. Got to sort of look at the way we start games as well. Conceding the first goal, as good as our game management is, you can't keep conceding the first goal. It's so important in any football match. Especially against a team like Forest, who, to be fair, were a lot more creative than I think they were at Ellen Road. I think they were probably better at Ellen Road. Certainly defensively, they looked a lot stronger than what they did today. But you can see that first goal, you're always going to be on the back foot. I know as good as we are coming back into football matches, we've got to look at the way we start games a little bit more now. I know we're top of the table, being exceptional, but I don't think we've started the game well for a long time, to be honest with you. Probably certainly not in the month of December. I can't really think of a game where we started at our absolute best. And that was one of our strengths at the start of the season. You know, look at Stoke, look at Derby, look at Norwich. We scored within the first 10 minutes in every single game and absolutely dominated it. And I think that's a key thing of Beelzebub, is that when you score the first goal, the opposition's got to attack, and then it just becomes a case of we counter-attack and we can win the game by 2 or 3 goals. Just got to look at to start the games a bit strong, and I think a lot of that does come from bringing in another winger. You know, having that other sort of dynamic to the team. You know, a pacey winger option, and I just think that does make a big difference. Don't want to see wholesale changes. Don't want to see knee-jerk reactions. You know, the players, we should be incredibly proud of what those players have done, what Marcelo Bielsa has done. But we have got to bring in 1 or 2, and I think 1 or 2 signings will make a big difference. I think the last 2 games, last couple of days, has been a wake-up call. We haven't been that bad. When you're not quite on it defensively, sometimes in the midfield, or not absolutely at 100%, especially the way we are at the minute, you're going to lose football matches, or you're not going to quite get the results you deserve. And to be honest, I think you can make a case for us not losing either of the last 2 games, and that's not a criticism of Hull or Forest, certainly not Hull. Hull were excellent against us. But if you're not quite on it, you're not going to win the game. It's as simple as that. You know, we're playing good quality teams now. We've got away with it. I don't want to be disrespectful to Bolton at all. You know, Bolton have picked up some superb results, but the signs were there against Bolton that we weren't quite 100% on it, but we've got some really tough games coming up, and we just got. I think we need signings before those games, if I'm being honest. I think we have got to be really proactive in this January window, and that's just my personal opinion. I hope I haven't sounded too negative, because I'm not too negative. You know, I think a lot of the performance today was good. Just make signs in January. That's my assessment of it anyway. I'm going to stop rambling. I've been Oscar Marriott. Make sure you check out Conor's review of the game. I think he's doing a live one probably around now, and Joe's review of the game as well. And I'll be doing player ratings later on as well. I've been Oscar Marriott. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you later.